Today, I'm going to be pairing Tokay Gecko mutations that you've never seen anywhere else on YouTube. So stick around to check out some absolutely amazing Tokay Gecko Morphs and get ready with us while we kick off our Tokay Gecko breeding season in 2023. Let's get into it. Last video you guys saw, we finally built this thing up. We got the pipes set in that are going to be a hanging PVC wall and the drain set up to do our no substrate style for this year's Tokay Gecko breeding season. The thing left now is to start setting up the lights, get the UVB, add a couple more stuff in here for the interior side of the enclosure, and then finally get the Tokay Geckos ready and put them in their new breeding homes. I'm so stoked for this to finally be happening. I've been talking to a bunch of my Tokay Gecko buddies. As you guys know, we've had a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a lump and obstacle we've had to go through when it comes to breeding Tokay Geckos, but everyone that I've talked to has said these things are going to be perfect and Tokay Geckos are going to be producing crazy for you, not like you. I don't have children. So let's get all this boring stuff out of the way, get the lights set up and everything, and then finally start pairing some absolutely incredible Tokay Geckos. And the last thing we're going to add in this thing is actually just going to be this little fake plant here on the floor. Now, I got a couple of tips from Nerd. Remember, we're really reminiscing these as what I like to coin the Walmart version of Nerd's Tokay breeding enclosures. They seem to be doing a fantastic job. Unfortunately, I don't have the budget that they do, so this one's, it's a little bit less of what they have, but kind of the same premise. I have gotten some tips from them, one of them being, since we are going to be using majority roaches going forward instead of crickets, a lot of them seem to wash down the drain when you start rinsing and cleaning out the enclosure, and they suggested using a fake plant on the ground so the roaches have something to climb onto when you're really rinsing it out to clean it up. For this first enclosure, we are going to be doing the pairing of reduced pattern to normal. And yes, unfortunately, this go around your boy is going to be wearing gloves. Unfortunately, I'm actually quite ill. I've been ill for like the past 3 or 4 days, really not feeling well, but these had to be built, Tokays need to be paired. So as always, your boys doesn't keep pushing forward. However, while not feeling good and just kind of bedridden when I'm not doing any of this, I don't want to worry about having bitten up hands. So unfortunately, no bloody hands this round. I apologize. I actually don't know how people do this with gloves. This is actually really difficult getting this Tokay Gecko out. Here we have our normal, great weight. We've been really putting some size on these Tokay Geckos recently for this, well, thing that we're doing right now. So definitely an awesome little girl. Let's go ahead and put her in her new home and get the mail ready for her. You got it. Man. Maybe I won't wear gloves. This is actually really annoying. Here we go, boys and girls. The first Tokay Gecko to go in this new enclosure. Well, you gotta enjoy your new home. Stop. It's time to let go. You have your hiding spot. Look at this fucking gecko, dude. All right, you're good now. It's dragging me into the cork eye. Go on. Release the hand. Come on. The bite force on these things, Jesus. Coochie coochie coo. Do you still? Oh my God, she's still holding on to it. All right. Well, it's her glove now. On the list is going to be this reduced pattern. We actually use the UVBs from both of these to do those just because of the fact that all of these guys, except for one, are going to be put into those, and we'll probably just transfer the female over to that one. So, like, no harm, no foul, but it's a little dark for this part. Absolutely fantastic. Look how easy it was. One, two. Sorry. So sorry, I can't have you running around. It would take me forever to find you. This is going to be a reduced pattern Tokay Gecko. To be honest, I want to do a little bit of a PSA. I've been seeing quite a big popularity boost of Tokay Geckos, which unfortunately comes with the part where a lot of mislabeled Tokay Gecko mutations. So I think we'll actually be doing a new Tokay Gecko Morph guide. Don't worry, you're next. Just show everyone this is what a Tokay Gecko Morph looks like. Well, some people probably have it wrong. We want to make sure that at least the followers that follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics make sure they know their Tokay Gecko mutations. So You're okay. So this is going to be a reduced pattern Tokay, and honestly, I find this to be right on the thumb. Dang, man. Okay, proper hold this time. I find this to be a very low quality form of a reduced pattern. You see it still has quite a few orange spotting, really not as much as you would find with your normal Tokays. However, this is pretty much like the lowest quality I would kind of identify a reduced pattern. The reason why we still keep him, why we've been breeding this so many years, is he makes absolutely fantastic reduced patterns. Completely patternless of the orange spots, so what you're gonna get is pretty much a blue-headed green gecko with the white barring. Not a single spot. I think we've produced like, well, I mean, quite a handful of reduced patterns over the years, and I've never seen one that comes out with spots on it. It's the only reason why we still breed this guy. While he might not look like the best reduced pattern there is, he definitely produces some of the best reduced I have ever seen. Look at those chomps, dude. That one actually hurt. Remember, you know how thick your fucking, your thumb skin is? Man, that was painful. Alrighty, boys and girls, here we go. The first Tokay Gecko pair going into their new homes. Oh, man. Here we go. Hopefully this one doesn't bite me again. There you go, buddy. Can I get that glove back? Nope, she is still holding on to that thing. Next up on the list, we have the Green Galaxy mutation. One of my favorites over here, and the second angriest gecko, while also being the third largest gecko in my collection. Absolutely awesome, dude. Unfortunately, we did get one clutch from them about 2022 to 2023, that kind of breeding season that we did there. We did get one viable baby, however, it did fail to thrive. It was a very interesting looking baby, almost similar to what a reduced look. However, you really don't know what a Tokay Gecko is going to look like until about, let's say, you at least got to wait a couple of months before you really start seeing what the true colors are, but as a baby, it hatched very similar to a reduced pattern, which is very interesting for me to see. So hopefully on this run, we can get some more eggs, get some healthy babies going, and finally figure out what the Green Galaxy really is about. It's still a morph I've had for my collection for a couple years now, and I don't truly understand what it makes. Let's go ahead and pull this guy out. Really wish I could have my other glove, but beggars can't be choosers. Alright, buddy. Let's just, oh my god. Yeah, you're angry. I get. Ah! Oh my god! God damn it. We get it. You're pissed off. I just need to get. You're going to a better home. It's much more spacious. Here we have the Green Oh my god. Here we have the Green Galaxy Morph. Just take a look at this. Such a beautiful, magnificent pattern. The orange speckling onto the white barring that's then kind of been destroyed to mixture in orange speckling and white speckling. Absolutely amazing, dude. Kind of gray, kind of green. Very strange guy. I really can't wait to get babies from this. I really, like, fingers crossed this pair works out because I really want to see what this guy can produce. Here we go, boys and girls. Green Galaxy and its new home. Alright, Jesus. And then for the female, we have once again just a really nice normal looking girl. Fired down, so got that nice dark with those big polka dot patterning. Like I mentioned, these guys are actually paired about 7 months ago, and then we started cycling them. So this was the original pairing that did get me that first clutch, so I have a feeling that this pair is going to work out just a little bit better than some of the other ones, just because they've kind of been associated with each other before. Only one way to find that out, and that is going to be so now way back there we got normal female, and then coming on up here We have green galaxy male using that basking spot. I ended up going with a ceramic heat emitter instead of basking bulbs because they're so expensive and they burn out so fast. So I think the CHEs with the added UVA and UVB of the UVB bar is going to work out just a little bit better for us. Man, look at how absolutely beautiful that male is. Whew, this is a pairing I'm very excited for. Up on this list, we're going to start out with the girl because, in fact, she's not a normal. This is like one of our very few not normal girls. This girl is actually going to be a Pos Het Granite, and I guess you can already assume what the male is going to be, but I saw this girl was on the cork bark real quick. I actually want to put this in, so this is going to be a real easy, just kind of put her in with the cork bark. Alrighty, let's get the biggest, baddest Tokay Gecko I have in my collection. This is going to be the Granite Mutation. You guys know about my granny. You guys know about his, his attitude problem. I'm not the biggest gecko in my collection, actually, ever since we got that high red or red stripe. I don't really know what's what anymore. That one's actually going to be our biggest. I think it's a fucking behemoth when it comes to Tokay Geckos. This one still is a very formidable size with a formidable attitude, so let's get him out. Can I please have my glove back? No? Okay. Easy, huh? Oh my god. Always terrifying. Here we have our Granite Tokay Gecko, pretty much as dark as you can get. When this thing fires down, it's almost a black animal. And the Granite Mutation is going to be a gray Tokay with black spots. It's one of my personal favorites, well, at least in my top 3 when it comes to Tokay Gecko mutations. Unfortunately, the road to actually producing captive bred granites is a very long road, so we're really only going to go after it with just one pair, just because it's like... Not to get too much, it's multiple line breeding into attempts of a progressive mutation that can spontaneously happen over time. Very annoying, but one step closer. We got the Pos Het going on. I say Pos Het because it was bred by a granite couple, so because we can't prove it out is a possible het to this visual. Let's see what happens. Here we go, boys and girls. Granite to Pos Het Granite, the second to last cage today. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. Oh, get off of me. Just go on the... There you go. Good job, buddy. And then last but certainly not least, for the final enclosure, I decide to give it to this Het Platinum Tokay. Now for those of you guys that are really into reptiles, you probably noticed that we have somewhat of a famous gecko. This little short-snouted little girl is actually pretty resembling of the cover of this month's Reptile Magazine's cover. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't put it. It was actually Josh, who originally produced this animal, used that photo for, but I now have a famous Tokay. Absolutely fantastic. The Platinum gene is actually only one of 2 lines, I believe, that has been a proven yellow spot mutation, so this oral is really cool. Heterozygous form already shows a distinct difference between the normal to the Platinum. You're going to get a darker gecko, or I guess when fired up, a lighter gecko with yellow spots. The Platinum takes that one step further. Completely silver gecko with golden spots. The eyes turn this beautiful coloration. I cannot wait. At this point in time, we actually don't have the male for her. The male is actually going to be a co-project with my buddy Josh that should be coming here relatively soon, I believe next week. So we're actually going to go ahead and get this girl ready in this new home just because I took their UVB off of those aquariums that we were using. So we're going to have her ready to go when the male gets here. Male is, you guys can probably take a guess, but I'll keep it a surprise till next time. The last gecko going into their new breeding enclosures, the beautiful, gorgeous Het Platinum Tokay. Oh, yeah. My god, boys and girls, just look at how awesome this is. We got these lit up, nice pothos. These cages look absolutely fantastic. Of course, these cages were brought to you by Zen Habitats, a company I very much love. Been working with Zen Habitats for years. You can see down the line, we have Zen Habitats, Zen Habitats, Zen Habitats, even more Zen Habitats. We have a bunch of Zens over here. I think this enclosure is very nice. You can kind of see the progression of the quality going from the first gen we got 3 years ago to these now. The quality's definitely improved. It's enclosure I can't recommend enough. I didn't actually think these enclosures are good. Would you think I'd be putting my thousands of dollars worth of Tokay geckos in them? Let's be real here. I think it's an awesome product. If you guys want to learn some more information, I have their link right down in the description. Your boy gets a small cutback if you use that link, and I very much appreciate it. At this point, your boys are probably thinking, Dakota, what about the rest? We know you have cooler stuff. You got Oddball, you've got the Super Red, you got some high red stuff, you got Bert. Where's Bert, Dakota? Now this is only going to be our first run. These are just prototypes, right? I'm not sure how this design is going to work. I'm not sure how the no substrate thing's going to work. I'm not sure how they're going to go with producing eggs. So we want to do a little bit of a first run, and also to the point being, some of those girls are going to be a lot more valuable, right? My Super Red, Oddball in particular, of course Bert. Those are going to be animals that I'm more than likely going to hold back and not really sell much to little to probably no babies, at least for the first couple of years of producing them. And so it's with that, I don't really need to use these kinds of cages where I'm going for getting as many eggs as possible, really exponentially our productivity when it comes to Tokay Gecko breeding. Those girls, I'm happy enough to get 1 or 2 clutches, hold back those babies, grow them out, and then start line breeding to get some of these combinations of genetic mutations I'm really after. Summarize, the real point for these cages is to get some finally eggs, to start producing Tokay geckos like I know they can, how I see so many of my buddies doing. Whereas with some of these rarer morphs, the Super Red, Oddball, it's more about getting the genetic mutation out of those eggs, not so much in quantity, but the quality of those babies, and then at that point, growing those babies out. So instead of growing out 20 Super Red babies, I only really want to grow out like 2-3 clutches of them and then work from there. There you got it, boys and girls. Round 1 of Tokay Gecko breeding. Of course, we still have some more females to pair. We've got some stuff that's shipping in here, some stuff I still need to buy when it comes to pairing, so this is only part 1. We will have a second part where we start going into our more valuable geckos when it comes to the mutation, the price tags of those mutations, and so on. We still have Bert. Bert is still very friendly Tokay Gecko. You can even bop him, he doesn't, no, Bert, close. You can even bop him and he doesn't even care. This wasn't enough Tokay Gecko action for you guys. I recommend this playlist right here. It's going to go into all of our Tokay videos. I think there's like 40 or 50 at that point. Or maybe you guys want to see the last time we paired our Tokay Geckos, which is this video right here. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time of your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye.